If you're anything like me, you're always looking for ways to address challenges in your garden. From drainage issues to managing steep slopes to blocking out the blasting rays of the summer sun, I'm still trying to get the basic foundation of my landscape settled in and easier to manage. But one issue I have conquered is screening by using contemporary trellises that I built on a budget. If you've ever shopped for trellises, you know that they can be quite expensive, and that off-the-shelf trellises generally aren't more than about 6 feet tall. To screen various places in my backyard, I wanted trellises that could potentially run the entire length of my fence line that were also about 10 feet tall. To accomplish that feat without breaking the bank, I decided to build my own trellises using some very affordable, easy-to-source materials. And once I built my first one, so many people asked about it that the last time I installed a new one, I decided to take pictures and document the process and to create a short handout for people to use as a guideline for making these eye-catching garden features in their own yards. One of the key elements for this project is cattle panel, which I purchased at a local agriculture supply store. The panels that I use are each 16 feet long and 4 feet wide, so I had the guys in the materials yard cut them into 2 8-foot pieces before I brought them home. You'll also need 2 to 3 6-foot T-posts, along with the same number of 1/2-inch wide, 10-foot long pieces of electrical conduit. And you'll need a tool to drive the T-posts and conduit into the ground, such as a heavy-duty hammer or a T-post driver, along with some metal wire to attach the post to the panel. Because they're so easy to use, I chose to grab a bag of the small wire ties that are generally used to attach rebar together, and also purchased the specific tool that makes it easiest to attach these wires as tightly as possible. Of course, you'll also need simple tools like a measuring tape, a ladder, and a level to get everything all lined up and built straight. I used my T-post driver to get the post into the ground just past the arrow at the bottom. Then I lined up my electrical conduit into the groove on one side of the T-post so that it fit nice and snug, and drove that into the ground about 1 foot. Then I lined up the cattle panel, raising it about 18 inches above the ground, and started attaching it to the conduit and T-post at each juncture. I used a total of 3 T-posts and 3 pieces of electrical conduit to tie my 2 pieces of cattle panel together side by side to make an 8-foot wide, 10-foot tall trellis for about $60 total. You can find my handout on how to build one yourself on the CTG website. I'm a big fan of industrial, contemporary garden features, so I love the way these trellises look in my landscape. But in most areas, I don't even see the trellis because for most of the year, it's covered by a beautiful vine. I have these fabulous, easy-to-build trellises in 3 places in my yard currently, and I have plans to install at least one more this fall. We'd love to hear from you. Click on centraltexasgardener.org to send us your questions, pictures, and videos.